Have you ever considered the thought of losing your life in a street fight? Most guys think they are tougher than they actually are, and that tough guy fantasy will be destroyed real quick in a violent situation. It doesn't matter if you're a good person or what the laws in your country are. Anyone could get brutally attacked on the street and even lose their life. Here is the dark reality. If you end up getting attacked on the street as a man, you likely will not get any help from bystanders. Men have a protective instinct to help a girl or woman when she is getting attacked or is in danger. The reality is that we don't have this protective instinct as much when it comes to other men that are strangers. This means that if you end up getting attacked on the street, you should expect people to keep walking to watch, or maybe even start recording for their own entertainment. Listen, avoid a street fight at all costs. Street fights are high risk and no reward. The best self-defense is not to get in a fight at all, and you should escape the scene if possible. However, there are some rare situations where you can't get away. There are evil people in the world, and the person that is willing to take your life might not let you get away. In this video, we will go over 4 things you should know to win a street fight. Number 1, martial arts is not good enough. The first thing you should note is that just learning martial arts is not good enough. Martial arts is very different from a street fight. Martial arts has rules and teaches you to fight within those rules. Let's take boxing as an example. In boxing, you get taught to fight with gloves on and only use your hands. If you take the gloves off, everything changes. You can't block the same way because you don't have gloves protecting your face, and you can't punch as hard as you want because you might break your hand. There is also no one to break it up when you end up in a clinch. If a kickboxer throws a kick and slips, there is no referee to help him stand back up. You might think regular jiu-jitsu is good enough. In jiu-jitsu, you don't get taught to keep grappling while repeatedly getting punched, bitten, and eyes poked. You also trust your opponent to not grab a knife and stab you during a rolling session, or to not call his friends and have them soccer kick you in the head. We could go over all types of martial arts, but you get the point. Do not misunderstand it. I'm not saying you should neglect martial arts training. It is crucial, and in a lot of cases, just regular martial arts can win you the fight. But you need to understand that the rules go out of the window in a street fight, so you need to adapt accordingly. This is not a match, and you are trying to end it as soon as possible. Number 2. Awareness. You must be aware of everything in a street fight. Be aware of why you can't run and what you need to do in order to be able to run. Be aware of the environment and what you could use to your advantage, or what your opponent could use in their advantage. Figure out if your opponent has backup that will help him, or if he has a weapon. You must pay attention to everything going on. You need to be able to analyze everything within seconds. Practice this the next time you sit at a restaurant. Look at everything around you, where the exits are, and everything going on around you. When you practice this enough, it will become second nature, and you will find yourself subconsciously doing it. Comfort in the modern world has numbed down your human instincts, but you can activate them again yourself. Number 3. Create an illusion. You have to appear more dangerous than you actually are. Animals always do this to scare off enemies, but we humans can't do this too. Imagine shouting back and forth with a guy and it's getting out of hand. You are so pissed off that you challenge the other guy to a fight. All of a sudden, he is completely calm. He looks you straight in the eye and calmly tells you to step forward. The change in demeanor would create an illusion that he knows something you don't. You might start doubting yourself or think to yourself that this guy is a psychopath. This also works the other way around. If someone is always calm and controlled, but he becomes aggressive all of a sudden, it can leave people intimidated. It is the sudden change in demeanor that is scary. This is just one of many ways in which you could create an illusion of danger. Other methods are pretending you carry a weapon with you or that you are not alone. The art of creating an illusion is not easy. If you fail to do it correctly, you will seem scared yourself, and this will invoke confidence in your opponent. However, if you do know how to apply it correctly, you can break someone's spirit and make him back down. Number 4. There is no such thing as honor. Anyone that thinks that there is honor in a street fight is a fool. There is no such thing as a fair fight on the street. It is life and death, and anything goes. Someone might run up on you and cheap shot you from behind. You could get knocked out and your head hits the concrete, or your opponent doesn't stop punching you. Game over. A good rule of thumb is to have your back up against the wall. That way you know no one is going to attack you from behind. Another thing to note is that you are not in a street fight because you want to be in it. In fact, your goal should be to get out of it as quickly as possible. There is no honor, and you have to use this to your advantage. It means you can use the element of surprise. If you can trick your opponent into underestimating you and letting his guard down, you would gain a huge advantage. This means you can land the first unexpected blow to your opponent. After acting like you are harmless, throw a fast jab followed by a right hand. This could potentially end the fight and drop your opponent, or it could stun him enough for you to get out of there. Remember that it is always the strike you don't see coming that hurts the most. I will say it one more time. The best and smartest thing to do is to avoid a street fight. Any street fight could turn out very dark, very quick, so do not play around with violence. The real winner is the person that knows how to not end up in a street fight. By the way, if you want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Until next time.